So it's a phrase that you might hear me say from time to time, and that is dua, which means thank you, neter, which means God. Dua neter is what I say every now and again. Why? Because I want to stay in the attitude of gratitude. That's what we got to do in this life. We're supposed to be happy about being here. When we understand what this is, even through all the bad times, the rough times, the hard times, then you still are able to have gratitude and be happy. How y'all doing? Be happy. Why? Because you have life. You know, there's some spirits on the inner planes that don't have life, and they're not too happy about that because they want to be here. They want to breathe air, man. Don't you? Everybody can't do that. Everybody who is here that you cannot see, they can't do that. They can't breathe that air and get respirated. That spirit that's in that air, the spirit that's in these trees, man, they can't do that. You know what I mean? They can't do that, and they want to do that. Life is no joke. Life is a beautiful thing. Even with all its challenges and rough times, life is a beautiful thing. Never neglect the fact that life is here for you to have experience. Life is here for you to enjoy yourself. Have experiences. Don't compromise your integrity. Be in the state of gratitude. Maintain. Why am I talking about gratitude? Well, because there's much to be happy about. Much to be thankful about. How's it going? Hey, how's it going? Pardon me. You good? Hey, there's much to be happy about around here. You know? Just the very fact that you had a classroom that taught you something. What happens when you learn something? You get stronger, you get better. But only if you use the classroom. Some of y'all ain't gonna believe me. I just had a very interesting experience. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. That's a drop of water. It's a drop of water. It just happened. Look over my head. I'm covered by a canopy of green leaves, trees. The water is out there, right? But I just sat here and I just kind of said a prayer. I just kind of said a prayer, acknowledging, the various lessons that God has put before me, various classrooms, and just trying to, just talking to God about how I received these lessons. And I thank you for the classrooms because they're making me stronger, and obviously that was what you wanted. And as I'm in the middle of doing this now is dry, now you can't see it at all, but out of nowhere, one single drop of water landed right here on my arm. Boop. One, and look where I'm at, y'all. Look, where you going? That's, like, I don't know why that looks like that. Like, this is what's over top of my head. I'm going to put this camera on top of my head just to let you see what's above me. This is what's above me right now. That's what's above me, y'all. And I don't know, somehow through that, I'm looking at this like a miracle. Like, there's no reason that one drop of water should have come over here to my arm. And no other drops of water nowhere else. Nowhere. Just the one drop. Dua neter, like, God actually shows himself. I feel so bad. I feel sorry for the atheists, man. And wow, it's been a year since I started this channel, and the first video I did was talking about atheists. It's been a year. It's July. I started in July last year. I really feel sorry for the atheists because, why do I see God and they don't? Why does God show himself to me and not to them? Well, let's see. As I think about it, I think that, I know that God exists. I know that God exists in me. I know that I'm a portion of God. I know it. I just know it. I don't know. Maybe it's from past life stuff. I know that there's a God. And so God shows itself to me at various times. And it's always amazing. It made me want to turn on my camera and start talking to y'all. I had experience last year. I was in a different part of this park. I had my notebook. And I was, going to sit down to write out probably a video or something that I wanted to, put on camera. And I sat at my other spot where I did that, the video about, got a story to tell about when I was a teenager. When God first showed himself to me as a teenager. Anyway, I'm in that spot, and actually I just walked up to the spot, and I sat down, pulled out my book. And the birds seemed to be on something real mischievous, because they just started tweeting. I mean, right then, like before that, they wasn't tweeting. But when I sat down, opened my book, and began to write, they started tweeting. I mean, and it was like, I don't know, hundreds of birds all around my head in the trees, just a tweeting away. Like, how, obviously they knew that they was messing me up. And it just went on and went on. Maybe it went on for a couple minutes, maybe 3 or so minutes, and then it occurred to me, chant. Just chant out loud. So I started chanting Het Haru's mantra. And within 1 minute top, I just started chanting, Sa Deme Meri I started chanting that. I chanted for maybe a minute, and all these birds got quiet. They just shut up. They all just shut up. I guess they were listening to me. I don't know, it was a vibe that I had spread. I just spread a Het Haru vibe, I turned into Het Haru. Just briefly, right there. I wish and I do not have that on camera. I wish I'd have put that on camera. That would have been like, I think that would have changed somebody's life if I'd have threw that on camera, man. Because it was so uncanny the way it happened, And then they just remained quiet. After that, I just sat down, I pulled my book back out, and began writing. Did what I needed to do. It was perfect. But, it's like, why do I know God? I know God because of that type of stuff. That's why I know God. You can't tell me that there's no God. I know God because of this type of stuff. It's always amazing to me, but it happens all the time. It shouldn't be amazing to me, but it is. It's like the wonders of life, like the wonders of living here, living on this planet, being exposed to some of the things that I've been exposed to. Metu Neter for all my teachers. Shekum Shekum, Owa Tehuti Kamu, the Himu Shekum, the people, you guys have all been my classrooms, man, and I love you for it. I love you for it. Some of y'all think I'm a renegade, and I may be a little bit, but somebody got to do it. I'm not disobedient. I obey God. I'm all about Tehuti. I do readings on everything I'm doing. And, so on some of the things that y'all think I'm a renegade for, Tehuti is giving me the ashe. So, hey man, but once again, I just want to thank everybody in this earth that I've come across that has taught me something, that has enabled me to learn something about this rock and about my person and myself within it, Even the bad experiences, especially the bad experiences, they teach you so much more than the good experiences, But I'm thankful that I understand that I have to be a student, That's why it's working, because I'm a student. A lot of you who don't believe in God, you have no inkling that you're supposed to be a student here. If you start being a student, and you start taking in life as a classroom, you'll start seeing wondrous things, and you'll start learning. If you start learning, then you'll be when you become enlightened about God, you'll understand what it's about. I wasn't even planning on turning on this camera. I was just sitting up here, you know, kind of meditating, you know what I mean, focusing on things in the internal space. And like I said, you know, I just started talking to God, and God spoke back. So, Metu Neter. Hey, peace to everybody who's here. Love.